Once again, Chase. Call out to Corey Pendergrass. Devon on the carry. Once again, Chase Devon. On the carry. Morehouse now moving left to right. Morehouse now moving left to right. Davis on the tackle. Devon on the carry. Morehouse will be moving right to left. Morehouse will be moving right to left. 2 more points for the Maroon Tigers. Two more points for the Maroon Tigers. Johnny Williams on the return. Morehouse fans. First down. Johnny Williams on the return. Morehouse fans. First down. Chase Devon. Donovan. Carlos Donovan. What y'all know about that Luther Vandross? Scott on the carry. Now Scott on the carry.
Edward Waters University, as we take a look at our players to watch. Mr. Johnny Jones has been sort of bottled up, but he is their dynamic player on offense.
Yeah, Johnny Jones is that player, James. He led the SIAC in catches last year with 71, finished second in the SIAC in yardage with 855. So we're looking a lot and expect a lot from this young man.
And on the defensive side for Morehouse, Caleb Grant has really been the leader for this defense, but they have been able to really corral the offense, but they have had a deficit because they've had to work with a short field.
Yeah, Caleb Grant, he's one of those holdovers from last year, so I'm pretty sure that Coach Mathis has been relying on Grant and talking to him as much as possible about being a leader for this new look Maroons Tigers offense and defense.
As we take a look at the schedules for both teams, this should be a daunting task, particularly if you look at Morehouse. They have some games where they'll be traveling. As you take a look at their schedule, they play Edward Waters today, Johnson C. Smith, but then they go to East Rutherford, New Jersey to take on Howard, and then after that they go to Chicago Soldier Field to take on Kentucky State, and that's before they really dive back into conference play. So for Morehouse, this should be a test of their will to see how well they can withstand that gauntlet of an early schedule.
Yeah, one of those teams that they have in commonality besides Edward Waters, they have Howard University. Last year, they actually played Howard and came up short in that game, 65-19. So I'm pretty sure they want to use the James Brown big payback when they play Howard. So, but looking at their schedule, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of teams that they want to really show that this team, the 2024 Maroon Tigers, are the real Tigers, not last year's Tigers.
And let's take a quick look at Edward Waters University. They play Florida Memorial, and they play at Alcorn, and then they'll dive into conference play at Benedict, one of their close rivals.
Again, Edward Waters, they finished with a winning record last year, so Coach Morgan, he's really enthusiastic about this team. He's bringing back a lot of return players, so look for big things from Edward Waters.
We're ready to start the third quarter. 14-9 is your score in favor of Edward Waters. One of the upbacks will take it at their own 10-yard line for the Maroon Tigers, and that's a Johnny Williams, and he is flipped and upended right before he gets to the 30-yard line. A decent return for Morehouse as their offense will take over. We saw two quarterbacks take a few snaps for Morehouse. Let's see who will take over, but a good return.
Yeah, watch Harvey Jackson right here. Well, actually, number 29 right there for Edward Waters. Adams upended the returner for Morehouse. Great play by Adams right there, number 29.
So it looks like they're going to stay with one of their reserve quarterbacks to start off the third quarter, and Patrick Blake handing the ball off, keeping it on the ground is Jaden Jones, and he gets his first carry. Whitmer Garcon in on the tackle.
Again, it's always important to come out and establish yourself, James, in the second half. Now, we know going into the halftime, it was a big play by Morehouse on the block field goal attempt by Edward Waters. So now, as offensively, they get the ball, Morehouse, let's start that fire again like you alluded to that they had in the first quarter. So let's see if they can rekindle that action.
Second down and 8. Blake looking to throw, and wow, this one was almost picked off. Garcon was right there, and he could have picked that one off along with others that were right there on the play.
Yeah, again, rolling out, half roll, trying to hit the tight end. Again, like you alluded to, very dangerous. Great play by number 15 right there. Garcon, number 16. Great play.
Third down and 8 now for the Maroon Tigers. Devon, the only running back in the backfield, along with quarterback Patrick Blake. Blake getting a little pressure, throws, wow, and it's incomplete. Stretched out, had a chance to bring it in, was a Johnny Williams, but he just couldn't bring it because the turf eventually became a monster for him.
A little bit of skinny post right there. Quick drop by the quarterback. Good throw. couldn't quite come up with the catch, but a great throw on a skinny post.
Good throw there by Blake, just as you said.
As they say, if it hits your hands, you have to come up with the catch.
Sevy Sproul on the punt for Morehouse on 4th and 8. Call for a fair catch, but it's going to take a Maroon Tiger bounce inside the 20, inside the 10, and it'll be down inside the 5, right at the 4-yard line. Great punt for the All-SIAC second-team preseason punter in Sevy Sproul.
Well, what we just saw right there was a no. You never let the ball hit the ground and roll as a punt returner. You catch every ball that's punted to you, because what we just saw is what you do not want as a offense.
So now for Edward Waters University, talking to Coach Morgan at halftime, he said they just got to stop making self-inflicted wounds, hurting themselves. What do you expect to see from them coming out of the second half?
What I want to see personally from Edward Waters, and we talked about it, didn't quite dive into it, but I want to see them go down the field with the ball, a little bit more throwing deeper.
They're going to keep it on the ground and hand it off to Gregory Mango. His first carry of the...
Now, again, I know they want to run the ball, James, but I think if you throw the ball deep, you soften up Morehouse's defense, which would now allow those quick hidden trap plays, those A-gap run spots to open up when you throw the ball downfield.
Smith, and this time he's going to go down, and he'll get a safety.
2 more points.
And 2 more points, their second safety of the game. How rare is that in a football game? The defense shows up and gets their second safety, and Caleb Grant, their defensive leader, stepping up big.
That's our guy right there. Just talked about him, how he's a big impact player for Morehouse, returning to help this defense solidify itself, come through untouched. Now right here, the quarterback, you got to have a time clock in your head. You're in the end zone. You got to know the ball has to come out quick. Edward Waters' coach, I'm pretty sure they're telling the quarterback, hey, time clock, get that ball out of your hands. But great play by Grant there. Excited, adds 2 more points to the Maroon Tigers score.
It's very rare you see a team that's down by 3 and their defense has been able to get 2 safeties, and we haven't even finished our third quarter yet.
Well, as they say, you can score on defense as well. So that's what we always told ourselves, that we can score. We can score safeties. We can score pick sixes. So, hey, let's not just rely on the offense to score points.
Johnny Williams on return.
Johnny Williams gets hit and brought down. Little talking going on after that. But good field position now for the Maroon Tigers. The defense has done their job. They've scored 4 points. They've limited Edward Waters to just 14 points. Now it's time for the offense as we take another look at the free kick.
Yeah, again, great coverage by Edward Waters, kick coverage, and eliminated what could have been a big return by Morehouse. But again, James, like you said, we want to see more from Morehouse's offense, and they came out hot in the beginning, but really you don't see that sizzle no more.
Blake looking to throw long, trying to find Williams, and this one is intercepted again. It is a catch, and D'Angelo South comes up with another turnover in favor of Edward Waters University, and now this is the 4th interception of the game, 5th turnover for Morehouse College.
Again, they're just throwing the ball up. It's interception. They're giving away balls for interceptions today. But again, the ball here hangs up in the air. Great read by the safety, going from middle of the field to the sideline. Almost mistimed his jump right there. If it had not been for that knee, that ball might have fallen on the ground. But, hey, Johnny on the spot was able to get the interception for Edward Waters. Again, as the quarterback, you got to understand, let's look the safety off, and if you're going to throw that ball deep, it has to be more of a straight line throw. You can't just loft the ball up. If you do, it's going to get picked off every time.
So now the Tiger offense is back on top. Greg Mango gone. Got one man to beat, and he's finally brought down right into Morehouse territory. And just like that, another big play, Cameron Selders making a touchdown saving tackle.
Usually this is what happens, James. The defense right there, you see Morehouse defensive line not quite ready to play. A little bit of late shift and helmet comes off. Next thing you know, Mango hits the hole, the gap to the left side of the offense, right side of the defense for Morehouse, and he's off to the races. And great hustle by number 22 right there, Cameron, and saves a touchdown, but nevertheless, big play by Edward Waters.
Mango again on the carry. This time he's brought down after a short gain to make it second down. May have gained 2 on that carry. And the young guys are stepping up big for Edward Waters. Gregory Mango, just a sophomore, and Smith, a freshman. The underclassmen stepping up big right now for the Tigers out of Jacksonville.
And it wasn't not too long ago that Edward Waters went from a college to a university. So
that's
it used to be
correct.
Ed Waters College. Now they're Ed Waters University. So everybody's growing up.
Smith looking to throw, has some time, now getting pressured. He eludes one defender and falls down, and he may have lost about a yard or 2 on that play.
Now, see, this is where as offensive coordinator, you got to get routes that are quicker. Right there, you got 2 guys running into the same spot, running into each other, but the ball has to come out quick. Looks like the offensive coordinator had dialed up a quick throw, get the ball out the quarterback hands quick, but the receivers unable to run the right depth, runs into each other, causes a sack.
Third down, and this time he's going to be brought down for a sack. Caleb Grant right there, once again making a big play on the freshman quarterback.
Yeah, Grant is all over the place. Grant, right now, he's putting in his bid to be on that SIAC first team, all-conference team. But that's what you want out of one of your veteran leaders on defense. He's taken the defense of Morehouse on his shoulders. He made plays. He's gotten safeties. So that's great when you have a guy like that on defense. Everybody plays off of his energy. And if you're Edward Waters, you're like, hey, we got to start looking to find out where this guy Grant, where he lines up every time. He's like Lawrence Taylor right now. He's causing havoc.
Baddox now with a 47-yard field goal, but timeout is called by Edward Waters.
Timeout, Edward Waters.
They want to think about it.
Now the thing with kicking long field goals, this is where it's going to be more of a line drive kick, right? Because you got to get a lot of force behind the ball as far as kicking it, versus when you're kicking an extra point or close field goal. You're just trying to get up under the ball to actually get it in the air and through the uprights. But here you got longer distance, so it's going to be more of a driving action. And we've seen before where Morehouse has been able to get penetration either up the center, or they've actually found creases from the left side of the offensive kicking team and block kicks. So it's going to be interesting to see what Edward Waters is able to do here. Look like they're going to actually go for it instead of trying to kick the field goal. So if you're Morehouse, let's make sure we call a defense that protects the sticks and the actual end zone, because you know Edward Waters got to throw the ball deep.
They bring Ravian Moore in the backfield, the tight end trying to provide an extra blocking, but now we've got a penalty against Edward Waters University.
A little bit of false start action there. Again, this is Edward Waters. That's the one thing about offensive line. They practice on this. These guys have to get off the ball at the same time. And the offensive, I don't care what type of game we see today, whether it's a passing game or back in the 80s and 70s, running game. The offense is the heartbeat. If your offense is not functioning properly, then everything goes down. And we see right there the false start by the right tackle, pushing Edward Waters back even farther.
Smith finds a receiver in Tillman, and Tillman gets a lot of those negative yards back and gets down to about the 25-yard line. But it looks like we have another flag.
Yeah, we're getting to see a little bit of, I guess they're going to call that really rough play right there by the offensive lineman slamming one of Morehouse's defensive players to the ground. But I'm like, at what point is it really too physical play? It's still football, right?
It's still football. Take one more look at it, and they do call a flag.
They'll kind of see the Edward Waters offensive lineman throw the player for Morehouse to the ground.
We'll take a break. We come back. We'll see what Ed Water wants to do. Stay tuned. One minute. Fourth down and 2 now for Edward Waters University. And they turned it over on downs, which means that it'll be Morehouse College first play from the 25-yard line. They've rotated quarterbacks. And now Patrick Blake in for his second series of the third quarter. He hands it off to Devon, but Devon is quickly wrapped up and brought down. Good open field tackle made there by Jonathan Nesbitt.
Again, penetrating by Nesbitt down in what we call the box. The box is outside, right in between tackle to tackle. Nesbitt reads the run. Watch the offensive lineman, everybody blocking. He reads it, comes up, penetrates, gets to the backfield for a negative gain for Morehouse.
Second down. Quick pass, reception made, and tackle made by Garcon. Reception made there by Marcus Vinny, his first reception of the game.
Garcon again, he's been on the play. We've called his name out several times today. Again, both Morehouse and Edward Waters have players on offense and defense that can make plays. We've seen Grant for Morehouse, and we're seeing Garcon and a lot of the guys for Edward Waters making plays. So we've seen a lot of great talent today.
Third down and long with Blake still in at quarterback. Quick pass and incomplete. Let's go down to Simone Stanley, who has an update. Simone?
I asked Coach Mathis what was going to set Morehouse College apart this season, and he said, expect the team to be bigger, faster, and stronger. And those are not just words. They have put action behind that phrase. They had brought in former Atlanta Falcons strength and conditioning coach Bobby Thomas to the team, and he said having Coach Thomas on this team has brought so much confidence to his players.
Thank you so very much, Simone. And having a good strength and conditioning coach is very important. That was something at some points during the last 10 years was missing for Morehouse College. They didn't have a strength and conditioning coach, and that was something that Coach Mathis brought into this program.
Well, the strength and conditioning program is the foundation of success. If you don't get the guys stronger, faster, quicker, then you don't give yourself an opportunity to execute effectively and efficiently on the football field.
After the penalty, 1st and 10 now, the drive stays alive. Blake still in at quarterback, trying to find someone, and reception made. I mean, a good athletic reception there by Brogdon Korda, the receiver. Second down now and 3 yards for a first. Close to midfield, we find the Maroon Tigers as they trail by 3, 14-11 with less than 8 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Interceptions have been the bugaboo and turnovers for the Maroon Tigers, but right now they're trying to maintain. Blake going to throw it long, finds a receiver, but wow, in and out of the hands of Corey Pendergrass. And that's like Teddy used to say, he let it go, right? That was a reception TKO.
Yeah, you got to come up with that catch. I'm like, you're Pendergrass, you got to come up with that catch. Great throw by the quarterback. Good follow through, nice ball.
But he let it
Just
go.
didn't look it in. They say you got to catch it and then look it in. Looks like Pendergrass might have been looking to see if there was a defensive player anywhere in the vicinity. But right there, you got to catch it, put it away, then make the active play. And then on top of that, he injures himself.
Short yardage play.
Chase Devon.
And now to bring up 4th down, Devon unable to get more than just a half a yard. So decision time now for Morehouse. Do they go for it or are they going to punt?
A situation like this with Edward Waters playing pretty good defense, I don't know if you take that chance. But again, hey, we're not the head coaches. That's why we're sitting up here wondering what they're going to do. Looks like they're going to go for it, and we will see what the results are. Sometimes they just want to try to draw them offside, so we'll see.
Blake at quarterback, they're going to go for it. He's got to throw it, and it's incomplete. They turn it over on downs. Looks like no flags, so the defense holds for Ed Waters University.
And I think when you go for plays like that and you don't get them, then it kind of demoralizes the confidence of the offensive unit, the quarterback, and sometimes even the coach, because there will come another opportunity somewhere in the game, because there are always 4 to 5 plays that really settles a game. And when you don't have confidence, then your chances of executing those plays when you really need them, I think, really suffers. If you're Ed Waters, you're like, hey guys, we got the ball on their side of the territory, right on their side of 50. So let's go down, let's settle down, and let's make some plays.
Antonio Smith and Jontarius Thomas in the backfield. Smith, the quarterback, in the shotgun. Hands it off to Thomas, reverse it back, gives it back. Oh no! He fumbles the ball. Smith fumbles the ball, and it looks like Morehouse has it. Yes, they do. Great job by Morehouse, able to get the fumble recovery. And big number Steven Singleton, number 92.
This is where they say you're doing just a little too much, I believe. So this is where, hey, you got to stick with your game plan and just run what you know works best. And here, Edward Waters try to get a little too fancy and actually ends up backfiring, and Morehouse gets a blessing. Now let's see with their struggling offense. Let's see if they can cash in on this opportunity.
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have more live action, as this has been a topsy-turvy game. You're watching Edward Waters University taking on Morehouse live from Atlanta right here on ESPN+. Stay tuned.
What made you become a Cricket campus ambassador?
Do tell.
I live to network. HBCU's all about that. The keyword being network. Hint, hint.
Oh, like a certain network that has speedy 5G?
I see you could take a hint.
I can drop a hint too, Don.
A little win is knowing someone's there for you. There for your business. There for your community. And everything in between. At Georgia Power, we do everything in our power to keep you going. That's why we're investing in our electric grid, to make it stronger and more dependable. Because when there's reliable energy, that's a win for all of us.
Take your education to the next level with 2 graduate degrees at Edward Waters University for the fall 2024 semester. Reach the highest levels of leadership in today's business world with our Master of Business Administration, and our Master of Arts in Education Policy and Advocacy will prepare you to be an education administrative professional. Visit ew.edu to enroll today. Edward Waters University. Emerging Eminence.
In communities where leaders are forged and legacies are born, the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference proudly celebrates the accomplishments of current and former students. From the playing field to the boardroom, they are the next generation of entrepreneurs, doctors, and executives.
Leaders rise here. Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Leaders rise here.
Welcome back to live action of SIAC football on ESPN+. James Verrett along with Tyrone Poole and Simone Stanley on the sideline. Trying to keep it on the ground are the Maroon Tigers, and they're able to get some positive yards. Seems as though coach is trying to try out as many young people as possible. Jaden Jones on the carry.
Yeah, like you said, James, we're seeing a lot of faces, and when you're in a situation when you try to find a culture, you're as a head coach, your first year, your first tenure, you're just trying to look to find who wants to play, who really wants to help turn this program around.
And what did coach say when we had a chance to talk with him? He said, I'm not trying to change the culture, I'm trying to change the atmosphere.
Yeah, in order to change the if you can change the atmosphere, then you can change everything up under the atmosphere.
Hand it off to Jones. He gets hit immediately. D'Angelo Sapp comes out of his strong safety position to make the tackle.
Again, nice play by Edward Waters' defense. Morehouse wants to run the ball, but Ed Waters says, no, we have a good run defense. Unblocked, makes the tackle.
Timeout called by Morehouse College. As you can see, the student body really hyped up about this one. 5:19 left to play here in the third quarter. 14-11 in a game where mistakes have been made. The team who has made the other team pay the most for the mistakes is the team that has the lead, which is Edward Waters.
We've seen MEs, mental errors. We've seen missed field goals. We've seen drop balls. And I'm pretty sure the coaches, when they go back and review this game, there would be a lot to talk about. If you're Ed Waters, you got to say, if we want to be the team that we want to be, if we want to win, have a winning record like we did last year, we can't play like we're playing right now. And if you're Morehouse, if you want to win more than one game, then, hey, you got to be able to not shoot yourself in the foot.
3rd and long. Blake still in at quarterback looking to throw and almost intercepted, depending on if he kept his feet in bounds. Will it be a catch for Brogdon Quarter? It is a catch for Quarter, but short of the first down.
Again, nice break. Quarterback drops back, eyes the receiver down. Little high trajectory on the throw. Almost got picked off, but great concentration by the receiver. Comes up with the catch, moves the ball closer to a first down for Morehouse. Brings up a good, that catch actually puts Morehouse in a good position for a 4th down try.
And if you're Darryl Robinson, that defensive back, you were holding your breath to make sure you went out of bounds. Logan went in motion. Blake getting some pressure on the backside. He's going to try to run it, and he goes nowhere fast. And as he is brought down, that'll bring up 4th down. And right now they're just trying to get him up.
And that was kind of a tough play because he's right-handed, and you're asking him to run to the left side, and now he has to set up. Nobody's open, and now he decides to run the ball, but takes on a few hits, unnecessary hits there. But again, Edward Waters, they come up big. They stop Morehouse's offense, gives the ball back to Edward Waters. The defense gives it back to Edward Waters' offense. And again, let's see if they can move the ball and put some points. It's a very close game. Still, Morehouse is a field goal away from tying it up.
Turn it over on downs. Defense steps up big for Edward Waters again. Another quick carry by Greg Mango. Mango able to get 1, possibly 2 yards.
And I hate to sound like a broken record, James, but I would really like to see Edward Waters put the ball in the air and put it deep.
Dent, as the quarterback, hands it off to Mango. Mango breaks 1 tackle, falls to his back, and looks like he has enough for the first down to move the chains.
But evidently they've done enough film study to where they feel like they can run the ball effectively against Morehouse's defensive front. Mango actually felt someone pull from the ball there, and they had to put an extra hand to keep the ball from being lost.
Here comes Mango. Mango breaks 1 tackle, goes into Morehouse territory down at the 45. A good strong run for Greg Mango, the sophomore running back out of Daytona Beach.
Yeah, that was a big, powerful run right there. Like Mango gave a little bit of Tyrese Stanley. Watch Stanley, number 26, come up. Oh, yes. You got to go get your big boy pass. And actually, Stanley got up a little bit, holding his shoulder, but tough running by Mango there.
Contrell Williams coming in now to spell Mango as Jawan Dent back in at quarterback, who is our starter. We've also seen his backup freshman, Antonio Smith. Dent going to flare it out to Johnny Jones. Johnny breaks 1 tackle. Here comes Johnny Jones. This is what makes him dangerous. Run after the catch inside the 20, down to about the 15. This is why he's one of the best wide receivers in all of D2 football.
Yeah, that's why he had 71 catches last year, James. 71 opportunities that they put the ball in his hands, and he does something with it every time. Right there, he does something again, but it looks like that ball's going to come back because of a penalty again. We take a look. Dent gets it out to him. He's able to elude a tackler, kept his balance, his strength in his legs, and able to utilize a little bit of speed, get down the sideline. But again, great hustle by the Maroon Tigers to limit the touchdown, but it all comes back for naught, a penalty.
Penalties and turnovers have really stopped the momentum for both teams this afternoon. So now, instead of it being deep into Morehouse territory, Edward Waters has it back at their own 48-yard line. Quick throw to Johnny Jones. Here comes Johnny, and he makes it out to midfield.
Again, great pursuit by Morehouse defense. Quick screen to Jones, but look at the Maroon Tigers pursuit to the football. That is what caused that play to be ineffective. Great contain by number 16 right there. Cowlins turns the ball in. The rest of the defense pursues, limits the play. That's a win for Morehouse's defense.
Second down and long. Going to give it to Williams. Williams gets some of the negative yards back, gets into Morehouse territory before he's brought down.
Now this is favorable for Morehouse's defense because it brings up a 3rd and long for Edward Waters, and yet we have not seen Edward Waters throw the ball deep. So if I'm Morehouse's defensive coordinator, I'm dialing up a play that's going to cover short yards, maybe put pressure. We've seen Grant, let's not forget him, come through on some free blitzes, and let's see if we see Morehouse blitz Grant again.
3rd down and 9. Looking to the sideline for the play call with four wide receivers set. Dent getting pressured, throws it long, has a receiver wide open, and it's Johnny Jones, and he catches it inside the 10.
Blitz called by Morehouse. Almost got there, but Grant was able to stand in the pocket, and he was able to deliver a ball to Jones. As we watch right here, we were wondering if Morehouse was going to blitz Grant again. He almost got through again right there, number 42, but quarterback was able to step up and find Johnny Jones wide open.
Another short run by Contrell Williams. See another look at it. He really can't go anywhere fast, but he does get inside the 10 down to about the 3.
The positive thing is that Edward Waters' offensive line moved Morehouse's defensive line off of the line of scrimmage and was able to pick up positive yards. That's what you want if you are the offense and you call up a running play.
20 seconds left here in regulation. The clock continues to tick. And that will end the 3rd quarter. We've got one more quarter left remaining. A tight game, 14-11 is your score, but Edward Waters University is knocking at the door. Can they open it and grab a score? Stay tuned, we'll see. You're watching SIAC football season opener right here on ESPN Plus. Stay tuned.
I sit up here and draw some plays. I just set up some plays down there. This is our offense right here. Our offense is set. Flag. The person here is 5 yards off the ball, right? 5 yards off the ball. Everybody else on the line of scrimmage. And like in flag football, anybody can run the ball, quarterback,
right.
whatever. So my offense we're gonna do. You see in the NFL where they motion that guy over, right? You got a rusher right here that rushes, right? So our offense, we're gonna have this person, just a dynamic person on the offense. This person's a dynamic offense player. So if we hand the ball off, this person here can come and run the option, or this person run the route, he can stop and throw the ball. So like putting pressure in. Dude, I done thought it up, man. I'm trying to win a championship at Reinhardt, man.
You trying to win it first day out?
I'm trying to win it first year, man. I'm gonna teach some girl how to play cover 2. We're gonna be a moving defense. I'm like, yeah, I don't sit, man. I sit in my office sometimes. I just sit and watch film, man. Like other teams that see what they do. I'm telling you, Jay. I'm telling you, man. Since you coach, I may call you up and come on, man, and coach the defense.
I got drafted into coach.
So what you do? You call the defense?
Call defense. We blitz.
Y'all, oh my goodness, y'all blitz.
My daughter blitz.
Really? She the rusher.
She the striker, yes. I call her the striker.
The striker? Yeah, but she that rusher.
Right there.
Yeah.
And she goes straight out.
Yeah.
All right, 1 minute. Yeah, man, I tell her, go get them.
What y'all play on the back end? Y'all play more man to man?
No, I got a kid. I'm just trying to teach him how to play zone.
What zone y'all play? 3?
Mm-hmm.
Cover 3?
I just tell him, man, just don't let nobody get behind you. Please.
They can throw the ball deep like that?
Yeah. 15, 20 yards.
And you playing cover 3?
Yeah.
You should be playing cover 2. They can't throw the ball that deep, man. Just let them sit there and just pick the ball off.
They can't sit, though. They can't. That's the problem. That's why they can't sit. I mean, they 10, 9, and 8. They can't sit. All right, 15 seconds. Welcome back to V.T. Harvey Stadium on the campus of Morehouse College. 14-11 is your score. The coaching debut of Terrence Mathis, the head coach for Morehouse College. Right now he trails the Tigers of Edward Waters by 3, and the Tigers are knocking on the door for more. Quarterback Juwan Dent, transfer in from University of Virginia Wise out of Richmond, Virginia, trying to lead his team to the first victory of the year. Kentrell Williams in the backfield with him. It's going to be Dent keeping it and walks into the end zone for a score, and just like that puts 6 more on the board for the Tigers from Jacksonville.
You know, actually, James, I thought that they were going to do the quarterback sneak. He walked up to get up under, I thought, the center, but then he went back. I guess he was just doing an audible, making sure that they knew that he was going to run the ball. But either way, whenever you can have a dynamic quarterback that can run, I think that always gives the offense a leg up on the defense. And right there is proven that the defense doesn't necessarily always have a person or a defensive call for a running quarterback.
Maddox on for the kick. Point after attempt is good. 10-point lead is in favor of Edward Waters University. 21-11 is your score. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will see if Morehouse can start to make a fourth quarter comeback. But so far, it's been the Tigers' defense and their special teams that have come through when they needed them to. They're up 21-11. Stay tuned.
See, it's one of my defenses right there. It's one of my defenses right there for cover 2.
So basically,
don't be trying to take my defense either.
No. But who you got going after the quarterback?
The rusher right there.
Oh, okay. That's your rusher. Now your rusher a little close, huh? Don't they have to be back here?
No.
Oh, they can be up close?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, all ours have to be behind.
Yeah, 7 yards back from the line. Yep.
So you got him in a curl zone?
The hook curl.
Hook curl zone?
Hook curl. No, yes, playing a zone. Got me flat.
But why not have a backer?
No, that's a disguise. That's the disguise.
1 minute. Huh?
Yeah, that's how you disguise it. See, you got to disguise it.
Now, see, what I do is I bring both of my backers. It's because they so young. I tell them as soon as they bring the ball to the line, I want you to step up to the line. And that makes the quarterback look at them first. And then you play zone.
Yeah, see, yeah.
But I have my corners going straight back man to man. And then I got this safety back, and I'm trying to get him to drift, but he won't drift.
See, the thing about it though, we can disguise so many ways. So if they start seeing this corner going back, they see go back. Next time they're gonna think, okay, they in cover 2 again.
15 seconds.
So this time we send him back. We go three deep. And we just still play, curl flat. Man, you need to come to the school.
21-11 is your score in favor of the Tigers from Edward Waters University out of Jacksonville. James Verrett along with Tyrone Poole and Simone Stanley on the sideline. It's the Maroon Tigers, as they say, it's go time for them as they trail by 10 points. And when you think about it, with all of the interceptions, turnovers, and two safeties that they've been able to earn defensively, this has been really a roller coaster ride for Terrence Mathis in his first game out in Tyrone.
Yeah, as we noted, they started out hot and they've cooled off, so I think this is a big drive for Morehouse.
From inside their own 10, got some room to run and quickly brought down. And a good return there by Chase Devon, and that's where the offense will take over.
Getting a little bit of extra coaching right there. They're telling them, hey, you got to hit that hole, man. You come up in there. Kind of like Lawrence Taylor said one time. I saw an NFL clip. Lawrence Taylor was telling the running back, he said, you can't, he says some bad words. You can't run it soft up in there. you got to run it. So as a kick returner, you can't be tiptoeing. You got to hit that hole and hit it hard and effective. That's usually how you get those big returns.
Blake still in at quarterback for Morehouse. Trying to get some extra pass protection. This time immediately hit as the receiver. May have gained 1 yard and gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. And our new running back du jour is Thane Martin Jr.
Yeah, watch Nesbitt for Edward Waters on this play. Come up, this is what you call a solo tackle. Come up, great play, stops the runner right there in his track. So great play by number 23 Nesbitt of Edward Waters.
Four wide receiver set. Blake gonna throw it long and short. Intercepted. The 5th interception of the day, and this time it's Darryl Roberts Jr. with the pick.
Yeah, I think Coach Mathis, he's scouting right now for a quarterback. But at the end of the day, you don't want turnovers. There's another turnover. I thought this was a crucial drive for Morehouse, but instead gives Edward Waters another opportunity with the ball on Morehouse's side of the 50 to go down and score points. But if I'm Edward Waters, with this possession here, James, I'm going to try to eat up as much of this clock as possible. I'm going to run the ball. But again, great play by number 6 there, Roberts Jr. Catch the ones that come to you. He gives Edward Waters a great opportunity to really milk this clock. And this is where they say you get into your 4-minute offense. I know it's 14 minutes left, but 4-minute offense means just run as much time off this clock as possible.
Trying to add on to their 10-point lead. Dent's going to get hit. The ball is loose. It's still a loose ball. Great job by the offensive lineman to fall on top of it, and that's what you want to see from your offensive lineman. Great play there in order to make that play up, and it looks like that was Javon Reed.
That's a bad offensive communication by Edward Waters there. 77 for Ed Waters. Norman saw the blitzing guy, but couldn't do anything about it.
John Terrius Thomas on the carry. Gets down to about the 40-yard line. Clock continues to run. The clock right now still on the side of Morehouse because you got plenty of time left, but the possession is in favor of Edward Waters. They control the clock right now. Keeping it on the ground, Thomas. And this time he's brought down. And we got a player down for Morehouse. That looks like Joshua May.
Now again, if you're Edward Waters, you want to limit as many opportunities that Morehouse can have by possession of ball.
We take a break. We come back. We'll check on the status of the young man. 21-11 is your score in favor of Edward Waters University. ESPN College Football returns after the break.
Final call for sideline snacks. Make sure you grab some stadium pickles and a sweet treat, M&M's or candy. Next to the boys during the last quarter. Let's bring this win in with some snacks from sideline.
Goddamn, leave a nigga alone.
Edward Waters College looking to add on to their 21-11 lead. 12:49 left here in regulation. Jawan Dent in his first start as a Tiger. Keeping it on the ground, able to get a first down, and they'll move the chains, and the clock will continue to run.
I think you know, I'm just an old school person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I understand this is like a quarterback sneak, quarterback run right here. Why not just get the quarterback up under the center and actually just push? I'm like, you know, there's so many things. Somebody could shoot the gap defensively and penetrate, but nevertheless, they get the first down. But I'm like, hey, put the quarterback up under the center and just snap it.
Brady Tillman.
Damn, everybody throwing their flag.
Now, one thing the Edgewater players have to remind themselves, they have to remind themselves to stay in the field of play. Do not go out of bounds. And again, if I'm Edgewater's offensive coordinator, I'm going to tell the quarterback to snap that ball. I'm going to actually run the ball here every play. Snap the ball when it's like 5 seconds. I understand that they don't have a clock, but the referees are supposed to let the quarterback know when it's 10 seconds left. 5 seconds left. So I'm like, snap the ball, milk that clock as long as you can.
Hand off to Tillman. Let's go down to Simone Stanley, who has an update. Simone?
That was Morehouse College wide receiver Josh May, who was down on the field just moments ago. It was a groin injury, nothing serious. He didn't sit on the table or anything. He's going to be ready to go.
And they'll definitely need him, Simone, because they're trailing by 10 points. They need all of the offensive weapons that they can get if they get the ball back, as Edward Waters is slowly but surely churning this clock down, taking their time, methodically moving closer to the goal line.
Right now the play clock's at 24-23. Let it get down even farther.
Brady on the carry again, and he slides forward for another first down. Tillman, the freshman out of Fort Lauderdale, Deerfield Beach High School.
Again, just downhill running. Great play by Tillman. Keep his feet. Possibly could have scored. But great running, penetrated by Ed Waters offensively on the run game.
Give again to Tillman. He breaks one tackle, but a host of dark-colored jerseys right there to wrap him up at the line of scrimmage.
Again, running Tillman. Great play by Morehouse defense to limit the run. But here again, 24 seconds on the play clock. You can run this play. You can run the actual game down to 10 minutes before left in the game before you snap the ball.
No flags. Everybody's pointing, but not enough movement to cause a flag. Clock is down to 1 second. They get it off just in time. Johnny Jones tries to get free, but he is eventually brought down for a tackle. And that's Carlos Donovan.
Again, I like the fact that they running the clock down to the last seconds. Maybe they heard what I said, but again, you're passing the ball. If Johnny drops that ball, then it stops the clock. So again, if I'm Coach Morgan, I'm up in the booth talking, like, let's run the ball. Run the ball. They've been effective with Tillman, number 15, running the ball. So let's go ahead and hand it off to him again. And let's just pound the A, B, and C gaps.
Then again gives it to Tillman, and he breaks the line of scrimmage, doesn't get much more. But the clock is under 9, right at 9 minutes left to play, under that right now as it continues to run.
So again, Tillman running downhill. A little bit of puller right there. We see number 79, Thomas Poole. Tillman cuts underneath. Great play by Morehouse.
Field goal time now for the Tigers of Edward Waters. Cooper Baddix.
This is a big
30-yard field goal. Low, and they're going to fake it. Williams, and he's just going to kick it out of bounds. Smart play.
We know one side of the ball that Ed Waters going to be working on very hard. That's their special teams field goal PAT attempts. They have been not good today. About 9 points taken out.
And the penalty is against the defense. Replay 4th down.
And both teams, from a penalty standpoint, have been shooting themselves in the foot all game. So that is something else that both sides are going to need to correct. The mental errors, penalties, drop passes. So it's a lot of footage and a lot of things that they can do, James, after they watch this film tomorrow, that they can make themselves better if each team want to go where they want to go.
Now they're going to go for it on 4th down. trying to wave to say, hey, I'm right here, and Johnny Jones just wanted the ball. He's like, snap it. I'm on. They got me one-on-one. Just throw it up.
Well, actually, there was no one out covering Johnny Jones. Morehouse actually, defensive back saw him late, so the quarterback has seen it, maybe slapped the ball, but again, you got to make sure everybody's set.
Toriano Morgan just trying to get an explanation from the officials. A score here could put this game on ice, really.
Yeah, I think a score here, James, could really nail it, put the nail in the coffin. A touchdown here would really, really solidify this game. And Morehouse's offense has not been moving effectively. They've moved the ball, but not as strong and consistently as I'm pretty sure the Morehouse offensive staff would like. So they really need to come up with a stop here defensively for Morehouse. And if you're Ed Waters, like you said, a touchdown here would definitely be the nail in the coffin.
Dent hands it off to Tillman, and Tillman gets close to the goal line, maybe about a 2 yards short. Be second down and goal.
Well, the great thing about this play here, James, they got a first down. They got 3 downs to really drain this clock to where Morehouse may only get 1 possession if Edward Waters scores here. So again, it's all how Edward Waters plays this series of plays. Do they drain the clock, or do they try to snap, and try to score a touchdown?
Should be interesting to see what they're going to call, and you see the defense trying to make a substitution, and the player was still on the field. So now they'll move even closer to the goal line. It should be from 1.5 yards out with 7:37 left to play here in the game.
Just running Tillman downhill. Great play. Morehouse, you know that they're going to run the ball. So as a defense coordinator, you got to call nothing but your best defense here. Your run-stopping defense. And if you're corners, hey, you got to tighten up and play tough.
Close, and will they call it into the end zone? And that was Mango on the carry. Let's see where his knees went down. They're going to try to go quick. And he was down about a half yard before he got in. Still in the shotgun. Hands it over to Mango, and now Mango is in. Greg Mango in for the score. Put 6 more on the board for the Tigers of Edward Waters University.
Again, no need to throw the ball here. Let's just pound and ground, as they call it. Right here, it gives the ball to Mango. He's been running hard and running fast all day. Dent gives the ball to Mango. Off the left side, great movement. Good penetration by Morehouse's defense, but not enough to stop that run. Touchdown, Edward Waters.
Baddox on for the point after attempt. And we take a break. When we come back, we'll see if Morehouse has anything left in the tank. But right now, offensively, the tank is full for Edward Waters University as they have a 28-11 lead. Stay tuned. Man, this game is crazy. I haven't heard anything about
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. What's going on?
I got one more hit, Johnny Jones, whenever y'all want to do it.
Okay. I don't know what's happening with Clark and Fort Valley.
Clark won.
Clark won?
45-42.
45-42. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. You ain't going to be able to tell Ted to keep nothing.
He already posted about 20 Instagram posts.
Oh, okay. Well, I wish the school would have posted something on their website. Like the stats.
5 touchdown passes for David Wright.
Wow.
Well, we know the offense works, so he's got to stop.
Right.
Can't outscore people. And they can find a defense. Normally, you would expect to see defense early part of the season jail and be more efficient in the first couple of weeks of the start of the season. So when you see your defense struggling, that don't look too good for the rest of the season.
Right.
Now, you can see your offense struggle, right? The offense has to, yeah, the offense is doing hard this season.
28-11 is your score in favor of the Tigers out of Jacksonville, Florida, Edward Waters University. And for Morehouse, they started off with a bang, scoring on their first offensive play, but they have struggled, particularly in their own red zone, giving up situations where they've had several turnovers, 5 interceptions, and a few fumbles. Their defense has stood tall, scoring 4 points on 2 safeties, but outside of those safeties, their defense has been put in really bad situations because of those interceptions and turnovers, Tyrone.
Yeah, I think James here with Morehouse's offense, you got to throw the ball. You got to throw the ball. You got to throw the ball way more than you run the ball. I think that's kind of like a Terrence, Coach Mathis is. That's what he likes to do. And if you're Ed Waters, you sit back in a good defense. Don't get beat deep. Don't give up the cheap, easy plays. Let them earn everything. There are going to be opportunities for Ed Waters' secondary to make plays. And I always loved in situations like this.
So now for Morehouse, they've got to work fast because the clock is not working in their favor. This time going with a new quarterback, and that's Miles Scott. That is the 3rd quarterback so far today for Morehouse, and I think Coach Mathis is just trying to find the right combination to help his offense go.
Well, I think in a situation like this, you got a new quarterback coming in, I always feel like you got to get the momentum of the game. And right here, I just don't think, the quarterback is in sync with what's going on the field. And I don't think the offense is going to play any better. I think sometimes these situations are learning experiences for the players, right? They got to learn how to win. Sometimes you learn how to win by sometimes going through losses.
Looking at 3rd down. 3rd and 5. Low snap. And now it's got some time throws. Will they call it a catch? Yes, they will call it a catch. Miles Scott on the reception. Check that. Borton Cora on the reception. Now is an acrobatic play by Brogdon Corda. So now it'll be a punting situation. And Sevy Sproul, who's done a pretty good job punting today. And he's trying to kick this one away, and he does, and kicks it out of bounds. Let's go down to the third member of our broadcast crew, Simone Stanley, who has an update on the star wide receiver, Johnny Jones, for Edward Waters University.
Yes, Jones is a name we've heard you talk about a lot today, James. He was named to the Black College Football Player of the Year watch list. That watch list is made up of 50 players from 27 different HBCUs, and the winner is announced during the 2025 HBCU Legacy Bowl. The winner earns the Deacon Jones Trophy, that award named after Pro Football Hall of Famer Deacon Jones, who played college football at South Carolina State and Mississippi Valley State University. I asked Johnny Jones how he felt when he found out about it, and he said he was surprised. He said he found out about it from his teammates. And then I said, what is it going to take to win? He said, I have to be consistent and I have to be myself. Johnny Jones.
No doubt about it. Thanks a lot, Simone. And it's a long road to the end of the season, Tyrone, but he has a pretty good start out the gate. Good run here, and off to the races we go. Bryson True, another freshman for Edward Waters University, and he is just hyped up to have his opportunity to play, the young man out of Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, you know, two things are happening right now as we see, James. You got one side, Edward Waters. These coaches want to see, can they finish? Can they finish? Can we finish? Now, if you are Coach Mathis and you're Morehouse, you want to see who really wants to be here, who really, film doesn't lie. You're going to see guys that really want to be here, right? And you're going to see it through their actions and how they still play hard, even though the game looks like it's out of hand. So a lot of these guys don't know it, but they're being evaluated, and this is the most crucial part of the game, is finding when you're down who plays hard.
Free play for the Tigers, out of bounds. Looks like there was movement across the defensive front of Morehouse College. And our thought was correct. It'll be 5 yards. Makes it a shorter flight to get a first. And just like that, yeah, just stepped a little bit too early.
You know, those guys are so close to that ball, James, that just the slightest movement, that helmet encroachment, they cross that imaginary line of scrimmage there, which is the size of that football, the distance of that football. So those big guys get their momentum going forward. It's kind of hard for them to stop it.
Once again, the freshman, and I mean, he gets hit and hit again. Bryson True. But there is a flag. Looks like it could have possibly been a horse collar. Let's take another look.
Again, Edward Waters, they're just content with running the ball.
Grab the jersey, so not a horse collar. Clock continues to run. And for Edward Waters University, they've been able to get a number of running backs opportunities and to get some good looks. And Coach Morgan will have some film to look at to see which freshman he wants to continue with.
With Edward Waters, if things continue to go the way they're going, then you're going to look at this film and you're going to say, hey, yes, we got the W. If everything goes accordingly, we got the W, but there's a lot of plays on the field that if we want to be the team that we want to be, we cannot have to happen next week. We got to get better. And if you're Morehouse, you got to look at the game. If it continues to go the way it's going, look, guys, we have the ability, we have the talent. We have to come together and everybody just do their job.
Second down. Once again, giving it to True, the young running back, and he's quickly wrapped up and brought down as they were telegraphing that running play.
Well, again, you're going to run the ball. You got a big enough lead to where you want to just drain the clock. And when you run the ball, the clock continues to run. So Edward Waters is doing what you normally do when you're in a situation when you're up 21 to 11 with 2 minutes left in the game. Run the ball.
Less than 3 minutes to play here in regulation, and Edward Waters has taken the trip from Jacksonville up to Atlanta and has a commanding 28-11 lead despite giving up 2 safeties. Keeping it on the ground, and this time it is Greg Mango, the other freshman.
Now, I think even if you Ed Waters again, you run the ball here, you run it, and then when you go to punt, you even take a penalty because now you're going to run even more time out the clock, right? So really they can run almost a whole minute and plus change of seconds off this clock just by running the ball here and then taking a penalty when they go to punt the ball.
And we will stop for the final 2-minute warning. Remember, that's the new rule in college. They do have a 2-minute stoppage. And we'll take that 2-minute stoppage with them. Less than 2 minutes to play here in regulation. 28-11 in favor of Edward Waters University. You're watching SIAC football on ESPN Plus. Stay tuned.
Like bitches, I don't like nobody.
Who's that? What you look? Miami. 4. Miami's supposed to have a good team this year. Does Miami have that quarterback from Lowndes County?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, or is his time up?
I think so. Final 2 minutes of regulation here. 28-11 in favor of Edward Waters University. They need a first down to put this game on ice, 3rd and 6. They're going to hand it off to Mango, and Mango does not get the first down, but the clock continues to run. And at this point, it's safe to say that this game has been put on ice. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Try to keep the clock running. Getting the signals from the sideline is Jawan Dent in his first start with the Tigers out of Jacksonville. Hands it off to Mango again. Mango this time gets the first down and a little bit more, and he goes out of bounds, but it's safe to say this one is on ice, Tyrone.
Stay in bounds. But yeah, it's over pretty much. If Howard Cosell was here, he was Don Meredith. Right?
Don Meredith.
Turn off the lights. The party's over.
Turn off the lights. The party's over. Yes, sir.
So Mango could have done a better job staying in bounds. He did stay in bounds, so the clock is still running.
Quick pass to Johnny, and that is incomplete.
Why? Throw the ball.
Clock is stopped.
Can you answer that one for me, James?
I do not know why they throw the ball with a 28-11 lead with less than a minute to play, other than they may have been trying to hit a particular milestone.
But either way, Edward Waters, I'm calling him Ed Waters.
No, Edward Waters. That's what the
I'm pretty sure
university
somebody
president.
on
The
the
university
cabinet
president
said
says it's Edward Waters University, and he appreciates every time we say Edward Waters.
Well, it's just like when people say Morehouse, they say Morehouse. They don't say Morehouse. They say Morehouse, or they say Atlanta.
No,
right?
it's
they
Morehouse.
say ATL. So everybody got their little saying, but we all know we're talking about Edward Waters University.
Clock continues to run down, less than 30 seconds to play, and it looks like they're just going to let the clock continue to run. And for Edward Waters University, they win another season opener, and for Morehouse, they'll have to go back to the drawing board, but we have seen some glimmers of a very potent offense from head coach Terrence Mathis.
Morehouse Athletics wants to thank
And the clock strikes quadruple zero, and your final score from B.T. Harvey Stadium here in Atlanta, Georgia, Edward Waters University 28, Morehouse 11. Your final thoughts on both teams, Tyrone?
Well, one team came away with the victory, Ed Waters. They came here to do what they wanted to do. Road game, they won. So they're 1-0. If you're Morehouse, you came into this game, a new coach, you want to see the type of team you have, and you hope that you get the win, and maybe you want to get some good team. And I think it's a lot of film work to be done on both sides of the ball. Everything about it, these guys came away with
No doubt about it. So Edward Waters University starts the season 1-0. And for Morehouse College and Terrence Mathis, they're still in search of their first victory under their head coach, Terrence Mathis. It's been a dynamic game, a dynamic afternoon for football, and we can't wait for the rest of the season to unfold. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And we're holding one more time for Toriano Morgan, and let's go down to the field to catch up with Coach Morgan.
Coach, the first week one win for Edward Waters since 2001. How does this set the tone for the season?
Well, it's good. We got the first win, and like I've always said, this team, once they get their first win, they have the ability to roll off a string of victories. So getting the first one has always been important for us. We didn't play our best football at all today, but still, nonetheless, we got the W. Got a lot of things we need to go clean up.
And what do you want to see the team continue to build on as we go along?
And that defense played lights out today. Getting 8 turnovers, that's probably the stat line that kept us in the game and allowed us to take control of the game. So if they can keep playing at that level and keep creating turnovers, the offense got it rolling here in the end of the third quarter and the fourth quarter. We just got to put it all together now for a complete game.
And Edward Waters was the team that had to go up against this new-look Morehouse team. The test dummy Edward Waters was. How did it feel surviving that?
Well, it was good. We didn't know what to expect. We know that Coach Mathis is a great coach. He has a great staff, and we knew the kids were going to come out charged, wanting to get him his first win. So we knew they were going to come out excited and electric. They hit the first play of the game for a touchdown. So we knew once the game settled in and we began to play our game that it would eventually swing our way. So we're excited about that.
Thanks, Coach, and congrats.
Thank you. Appreciate it.